where best friends and next-door neighbors, Willow and Lillian, spill the tea on murder, mysteries, and other things that go bump in the night. So get your favorite teacup ready, and let's get into it. Welcome to Cruelty Podcast. This is Lillian, and with me is Merris.
Hello.
Wow, you don't know where we are. We're recording.
I messed up on hello.
You did mess up on hello. I don't even know what words you were saying.
I was just like glitching out.
Oh no, we're not doing that kind of episode today. Y'all, it's cold.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, because a lot of you have messaged me and asked if we're okay. Yes.
Yeah.
We are warm.
So far, I think we went over the worst day.
We did. We got past the worst day. We are warm. We have food.
Yeah.
We like being not able to leave our house.
But boy, can't we? We're so locked in.
Can't.
Like the back door's frozen shut.
Yeah, I can't like get out hardly at all.
Nope.
And the only time I go out is take my little dog out to the bathroom.
Yep.
And we don't stay too long because the snow is white. That means Bunny is more visible to hawks and other birds of prey.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
She's like a little chicken nugget. We can't have
she
that.
does. She is the size and shape and color of a chicken nugget.
That is true. Anyway, it's Merris Monday, so that means we're doing weird stuff.
Finally, something good.
This is the baffling disappearance of Dennis Martin.
Okay.
So...
Was he that guy from the Jurassic Park, Dennis?
No, this is a 6-year-old boy.
Oh, okay.
Stop it.
Oh.
So, straddling the border of North Carolina and Tennessee is the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. The Great Smoky
You're glitching out too.
I'm glitching out too. The Great Smoky Mountains National Park is the most visited national park in the United States. It is known for its vast diversity of wildlife and plant life and the preservation of southern Appalachian mountain culture.
You got that one.
I know it's not Appalachia, it's Appalachia.
Is that correct? Okay.
That is correct.
I didn't know the difference there.
I had an Appalachian person correct me.
Oh, dang.
So if they're wrong and they're punking me, it ain't my fault. I did my best.
Yeah, get back to your holler.
There is no entrance fee to visit that, and I think that's part of why it makes it such a popular vacation spot. They are some of the oldest mountains in the world and boast over 800 miles of hiking trails that wind through the vistas of unparalleled wild beauty.
Yeah.
It's also been dubbed the salamander capital of the world.
Oh, that's cool. I like salamanders.
Because it has a lot of salamanders.
We got a lot here, too.
My ancestors, the Cherokee, called it the land of blue smoke.
Okay.
I know you're super tempted to go now. But you may not be after this story.
Yeah.
Part of which was kind of covered up for the FBI.
Was there a big feet involved?
Maybe. It's according to eyewitnesses.
No.
Or a bear. I don't know.
You asked a bear?
I didn't ask a bear.
Smokey from the Smoky Mountains?
Stop it.
Okay.
Okay, so naturally, as this is the wilderness, people do go missing, and it's hard to find them. Ever been lost in the woods? Merris?
No. Actually, I did get turned around once, but I knew like which way was home. So,
But it was scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was alarming, actually.
I haven't because my ass don't go in the woods.
Yeah.
The woods are strange and full of bizarre alien noises at night and animals that want to and would eat me. So, no thanks.
Yep. We have a lot of mountain lions around here.
I'm just setting the scene.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it was June 14th, 1969. Nice. And the weather would have been in the high 70s during the day, dipping into the 40s at night. Dennis Martin, age 6, and his family had gone camping up in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It was Father's Day weekend, and Dennis was there with his father, grandfather, older brother, a family friend who had brought their 2 young boys with them as well. Dennis was just days away from his 7th birthday and was enjoying the trip with his family. This was something the family did every single year, kind of like a little mini family reunion. And this was Dennis's first time to get to go.
Okay.
Because he was too young before.
Was it his last time?
Yeah.
Oh.
Dennis was a perfectly healthy little boy, like pretty average. He seemed to have a bit of a speech delay or learning disability, but other than that, he was really excited to go on this trip. On the 13th, the day before, the family had hiked up to Spence Field, where they would make camp before resuming their hike. Now, I want to stress that this is not like a day trip. This is a hard hike that this family does.
That's bullshit. That's not fun.
And I was just about to say that. I don't know about y'all, but I fucking hate forced family fun. As a teenager, I got taken on hikes up in like Colorado. Y'all, I'm goth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wear practical shoes.
No.
At the time I smoked like 2 packs of cigarettes a day.
And you shouldn't wear black in the woods. That's not a good idea.
I don't give a fuck. I had a big hat and I clipped like beach towels to it.
That's ridiculous.
Because I didn't want
They did that on the
sun on
Beetlejuice,
me.
right? The movie.
I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, Lydia, the character, or maybe she got it from you. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, I just could not stand to have the sun upon my pallid skin.
Yeah.
And the sun is super intense up there, so I'm just like smoking and dying and crying, and I was just like, this sucks. And so this is a hard hike, and I don't think it was smart to bring a little bitty kid up there.
No,
but that's just my opinion.
No, I agree.
I don't want to like shame the family or anything.
No,
they already
but
been through it.
Just don't do that, everybody.
So the next day, it was later in the afternoon on the 14th. It's going to be around 4:15 to 4:30 p.m. And all of the boys were playing in Spence Field, which is just along the Tennessee and North Carolina state line. Now, when I say this Spence Field, it's like a meadow. So picture a meadow.
Okay.
And there's a trail kind of going off to the side. And then on either side of the trail is dense underbrush and just fucking forest. Jungle. That's
Right.
what it is. The boys decided that they were going to play a prank on the adults. That they were going to hide and then jump out at them and go, boo!
That's never a good idea.
Well, this did not go well.
Yeah.
So the 3 older boys went and hid, and Dennis went off and hid by himself.
Okay.
Now, Bill said he was watching the whole time.
Okay.
So when the adults walk by, the boys jump out, but Dennis doesn't.
Okay.
In the official report, the older boys said it had only been 3 to 5 minutes that they'd all waited, hidden, for the adults to pass by. Pretty much just moments after Dennis's father and the other adult present, they began to search for Dennis when he didn't pop out
when
of
they
the
realized he
bushes.
was gone. Yeah.
Yeah, Dennis was last seen wearing a bright red t-shirt and should have been easy to spot and not far away.
Right.
Because he's a little boy.
And it's a field.
It's
like
not
a meadow.
Well, no, he went off in the... Okay, so I must not have described it good. You got the meadow to one side.
Yeah.
The hiking trail on the other.
Yeah.
They went up onto the trail a little bit where it gets really dense and woody on the sides of the trail.
Okay.
And the boys split apart.
Yeah.
Dennis took one side. The other 3 took the other side.
Oh, he was by himself.
Yeah, hiding in the dense brush. But they didn't go far. They're just literally... He was literally
right
hiding
at the
in
tree
a bush.
line. Yeah.
Yes, right at the tree line. And he couldn't have gotten far because the terrain was ridiculous.
Right.
And, people usually, when they wander off, stick to a path. And so Dennis's dad just started up the trail.
Yeah.
The grandfather hiked down the other direction
of
the trail, all the way down to this place called Cade's Cove.
Okay.
Now, they spent 4 hours looking for Dennis.
Right.
And they did not find him. Not even a trace, not a footprint, not nothing.
Jeez.
And so, after they exhausted the search efforts themselves, they then called the park rangers.
Right.
And I say called, they had to literally physically go get them because there aren't cell phones in 1969.
Right.
Now, they yelled for Dennis continuously. But here's part of the problem of the location where they're at. They're kind of, Spence's Field's kind of in a little bowl.
Okay.
Area, kind of like a little valley.
Yeah.
Not quite a holler.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
And the wind come a whistling and a whipping through there so loud you could hardly hear if someone was like 20 feet away from you and y'all were hollering.
Oh, okay.
So there's that to keep in mind too.
Make it spookier too.
It does. Well, and that's not usually how it is, except the weather had already started to turn bad.
Yeah.
Even though it had been bright and clear earlier. And so it's just very easy to become disorientated when you're in the woods. Everything fucking looks the same.
Yes, that is true as a man who goes out in the woods sometimes.
Yes, I do make you go look for mushrooms in the woods.
Yeah, no, everything looks fucking the same. That's why it's easy to get turned around.
Yes.
But I knew which direction home was. So.
Yes, but imagine if you're a lost, scared little boy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Dennis's father, Bill, hiked the trail in both directions, like I said, and when the park rangers came to help the search for Dennis Martin, it began to rain. And not just like a light sprinkling, but it was a sudden massive storm that dumped nearly 3 inches of rain overnight.
Wow.
Rescuers, rangers, and searchers who were camping at shelters nearby had trouble starting fires in the torrential downpour.
Right.
And this was a sudden storm that hadn't been predicted or anything. It just popped up.
Yeah.
There were constant flashes of lightning and huge booms of thunder, and I can't imagine how scary and cold that must have been for little Dennis.
Yeah.
It just so happened that Special Forces of the United States Army were there doing training exercises, and the next day, including several days to come, the Green Berets aided in the search for Dennis. They searched the swollen creeks, trails, and brush all around the place he was last seen.
Mm-hmm.
When he wasn't found there, the search expanded outwards. And we're going to be talking more about the military's involvement in this search. This is one of the largest searches for a missing person ever conducted.
Wow. Yeah.
Especially at the time. I mean, it's been
yeah.
surpassed, but at the time it was huge.
Yeah.
And that's not something the Green Berets usually do.
Right.
And you got to think, this is steep terrain too, let's be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Rocky, overgrown. How far could a little boy get?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. Don't ask me.
Not very, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Not very. And to me, these trained... Now, Green Berets are specially trained. We'll get into that in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
But if they couldn't find him,
Yeah.
Who could?
I don't know. I don't have any speculation as of yet.
Unfortunately, the rain wouldn't let up for several days, and this made the search unorganized as well as washing away clues that might have helped in finding Dennis. Time was precious and it was dwindling fast. Helicopters, donated by a man named Tony Stark, and no, I'm not making that up.
That's very funny somehow.
I know, and small aircraft were used in the search as well, but extreme foggy conditions often kept the aircraft grounded, almost like nature itself didn't want anybody to find Dennis.
Yeah.
As the days went by, the number of volunteers helping in the search grew to over 1,400 people. You'd think that would be a great help, but it kind of made things worse. Okay. The volunteers trampled everything, meaning professional trackers couldn't find vital small clues that might have helped them in locating Dennis. In addition, search dogs became overwhelmed with all the smells and all the people and couldn't get Dennis's scent to aid in finding him, in addition to the rain just constantly going.
Right.
As the days turned to weeks, leads and clues were few and far between. Nothing was found that would aid in finding Dennis Martin. Not a shoe, not blood, not tracks, not clothes, nothing.
Wow.
These are 3 leads that came in, most of which can't be verified today as so much time has passed. And when I say these are 3 leads, these are the only leads.
Mm-hmm.
And there are a total of 4. But one of them doesn't get included because it's so fucking weird. Okay, allegedly, several local men found a footprint on one of the semi-nearby mountains of a small boy's Oxford shoe, and that would be similar to the shoe that Dennis was wearing. It was simply assumed to be a shoe print of a child assisting in the search, but nothing was ever confirmed, and the tip was disregarded. Okay. The print was found within 3.5 miles of Spence Field. However, Bill stated that the footprint was too large to be Dennis's. And so the national, park rangers decided they wouldn't search that area continuously, nor would they look into the footprints as they were too big.
Right. So it was nothing.
Dennis's dad said it was like the size of like an 8 or 9-year-old boy's foot, and Dennis's foot was much smaller.
Yeah, so it's nothing.
No, but put a pin in it.
Okay.
Another man from Carthage, Tennessee, reported hearing a small boy scream in the woods and noticed an unkempt man at the edge of the trees with shaggy hair. He was dirty.
Mountain man.
The FBI said that this was impossible and too far away, so they never checked.
That's a dumb reason. You should look into... We know about mountain men.
We do. We do indeed. And the last lead. Several years afterward, an illegal ginseng hunter would come forward claiming he had found a skull and other remains of a small boy in the same vicinity.
So wait, a mountain man came up.
Pretty much.
And said...
Yeah.
Okay, that's a real... Mountain men's is a real thing because we have them here in the Ozarks. They are just some wild... rando dudes that live in the woods, and they're real.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Yeah.
So basically, he said he didn't come forward because picking ginseng in certain states is illegal. Mm-hmm. I know it is in Missouri. And it is in Tennessee, apparently.
Not everything's legal in Arkansas.
Yeah, you can pick whatever. Anyway, and that he found a child's skull and some other bones, and he waited 8 years to report that, and by the time investigators went to look, of course, there was nothing there. All told, 13,420 man-hours and approximately $70,000 were invested in the search for Dennis Martin, but to no avail. The little boy, who at the time of his disappearance was less than a week away from his 7th birthday, was never seen or heard from again. Despite renewed interest in this old missing persons case, despite all the man-hours, all the volunteers, not one thing and not a single clue as to where little Dennis disappeared to ever surfaced. Now, you may think this was a tragic accident, as do many people, and it's the most likely explanation, or you may think it was human predation. The shaggy-haired man in one of the leads is talked about frequently when it comes to this case. You may even think his father did it. I don't. You may even think a large animal, like a mountain lion or a bear, was involved. And yes, that's possible too. But what about this case makes it strange? Strange enough for a Merris Monday. Well, here we go.
Oh, boy.
Let's delve into some of the strange things surrounding this relatively cut and dry missing persons case. First, Bill, Dennis's father, had been watching the boys playing, and he knew what they were up to. Because Dennis was so young, he kept a close eye on him. He saw Dennis hide in a bush opposite to where the other boys had hidden. Like, he literally saw him crouch down. He could see his back.
Yeah.
And he turned, distracted by something, for what he said was just a couple seconds. And when he looked, he couldn't see Dennis, but he assumed he had just kind of wriggled more into the bush.
Yeah.
Then when a few minutes passed and the boys jumped out and Dennis didn't, it made no sense to him. He had never seen him leave that bush.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Even with the wind, even with all the excitement going on, if some kind of critter had gotten a hold of that boy, because copperhead snakes are very prevalent in that area,
Right.
and especially in the summer, that's kind of when snakes are active. If it had, like, bitten him, you'd think he would have cried out. Excuse me. If someone had grabbed him, you would have seen somebody run up and take him.
Right, so it's not a person.
If a big cougar had come along and snatched that boy, you'd have seen both the cougar and the boy. There'd be screaming, yes. There'd be noises from the animal, too. They're loud.
Yeah.
I've heard them. But none of that. Not even a rustling of the bush or the leaves.
Right.
The only other explanation, then, is that the boy belly crawled through the brush. But why would he do that? Seems unlikely.
Yeah.
I was a little kid. I wouldn't have done that.
I mean, there's only so far you go before you are yourself scared.
Yeah. And he was, he was a normal little boy, and he was there to hide, and it was fun. He was looking forward to jumping out and surprising his dad. Yeah. Why then would he crawl away?
Right.
Don't make sense. Not to me, anyway. Another strange part of this is the military involvement. Now, they were training in that area, but 40 additional Green Berets were called up from Fort Bragg to assist in this search. This is not something that's normally done or ever done. Green Berets were founded in 1952 as a part of the infantry that engages in unconventional warfare, meaning they're not in flanks or lines or anything like that. They're used in urban warfare and in places like the Great Smoky Mountains. Like in foreign reconnaissance, they're dropped in the middle of the shit, behind enemy lines.
Okay.
They don't rescue little boys.
Right. It's like a little bit overkill.
Now, remember that part where the park rangers were like, well, let's not focus our search here because that's obviously not Dennis's footprint.
Okay.
Well, that's the only place the Green Berets searched.
The place where he definitely wasn't.
Yes.
I don't know.
Now, keep in mind, the bones of the child's skull were found near where that footprint was found.
Okay.
And but if the Green Berets had they meticulously searched that area, found nothing.
Right.
Here was another weird part of it. So this is the fucking U.S. military. They have equipment.
Yeah.
They have the manpower. They have special gear. And they refused to intercommunicate with the searchers or the park rangers. Didn't talk to them. Complete radio silence.
They just refused.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a weird order someone took too literally.
I don't think so. I think it's some weird fuckery going on.
Yeah.
I think they were there for some other reason,
Uh-huh.
and this little boy going missing interfered with whatever training, exercise, or something like that, or some secret fucky thing they were doing in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
That's a theory, and I like that theory.
Uh-huh.
But of course, we'll never know what that means. A lot of people say it's related to like aliens and Bigfoot and shit.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, here's another weird thing with this case. So, a couple that was hiking in the woods around that area later came forward, and they waited years because they said, well, everyone will think we're crazy. But they felt too guilty to keep it to themselves anymore.
Okay.
They were hiking, and up on a ridge above them and kind of across a trail,
Okay.
they saw what they described as either a very hairy naked man running, or a bear that wasn't very hairy walking on two legs.
Yeah.
And this creature was carrying something small and red over its shoulder.
Oh no, it was a troll.
Dennis was wearing a red t-shirt that day.
Right.
Now, people, maybe, I don't know. I don't disbelieve these people. But a lot of people say it was Bigfoot. Now, we laugh because Bigfoot is a silly cryptid.
Yeah.
On the cryptid fuckability scale, he's
really
right down
low.
there with Chupacabra.
Yeah. Right.
And here's why I'll tell you why. First of all, he's hairy as fuck. I'm not into that. I like a man who's fuzzy. That's sexy.
But not like, looks like a bear.
If I have to part the forest to get to the tree, I ain't doing it. I'm tired.
Wow.
No. Also, he's stinky.
Yeah. Every time.
His ass so hairy. He's got dingleberries. I gotta say the nano on that. That makes me want to throw up. So he's just not on the scale at all. He's just a nasty, gross man.
I've seen the documentary Harry and the Hendersons, and he is not a very handsome fella.
The documentary.
Yeah.
Harry's nicer than the other Bigfoot stories, but
Is
also...
he on the fuckability scale?
Oh, absolutely not. No, he's like a cartoon. Anyway... Back to what I'm saying, Bigfoot stories fall into one of two camps, I've noticed. Either it's the new age, Bigfoot is the heart of the forest and we're going to get married, or Bigfoot is a menacing monster that will steal children.
I think it's a troll.
You think it's a troll?
They steal children, yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to point out some fairy lore. And you can roll your eyes at me, I don't give a fuck.
Right, isn't red a bad color to wear? Or?
Red is a bat. Bright colors in the woods are good for visibility, especially with hunters running around. But according to fairy lore, especially in South America and the Duende, which are their version of little people, you don't wear bright colors. That attracts them and pisses them off to the point where
Why
they'll
they
fucking
mad?
kill you. I don't know.
Go chill out.
Also, places to be if you're a small child, or rather I should say places not to be in fairy lore is an open meadow,
Oh, yeah.
a boulder field,
Yep.
and a berry patch.
All bad things.
In the old country,
Yeah.
parents did not let their children go like farther than arm's length in these places because fairies like to kill and eat children according to lore,
Yeah.
especially trolls.
But yeah.
So you may be right. It could be a troll.
Well, because the way they described it wasn't the way you would describe a Bigfoot.
No.
I was thinking, like, in my mind's eye, I pictured almost like a bear with mange.
Yes.
But like a caveman, like almost like the way, like a cartoon.
Like a weird but shaggy, weird hangy fur on it, but sparse.
Sparse, yeah. Like you can
Creepy.
see skin under it.
And, that sighting was located to close to where the bones were found as well.
And they make bones to make bread.
That's giants, not
Oh.
trolls. You're getting your lore confused.
Yeah.
I'll forgive you.
Yeah.
But I get frustrated with these cases because there are weird things. And this is a part of what's considered, it's concluded in the missing 411 cases. This is by David Polides, former police officer, really interested in Bigfoot. And he started looking into clusters of missing persons in national parks that had weirdness around them.
Yeah.
And this is one of the cases I think is legit weird.
Yeah.
It's not weird that he went missing. It's not weird that he was never found. What's weird is the Green Berets and the bear troll man
Yeah.
guy.
Man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And I'm going to be covering a lot of cases like that this month just because it's fun and creepy.
Uh-huh.
And I like that.
Yeah.
I like these kind of stories to tell on a dark winter's night, because I live in the woods.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I have heard and seen some weird shit out there.
For real.
But I want to cover a lot of these missing 411 cases. Now, there's some stuff I have left out. You'll see this story online or maybe hear about it on YouTube. That's because that information was either found out to be false or could never be verified. But here is something really crazy. So the FBI looked into this because when children go missing, that falls under the jurisdiction of the FBI, especially if foul play is suspected. Given the eyewitness testimony of a shaggy stranger, unkempt in that area, this would warrant their involvement. They refused to release any files to the public up until last year.
Ooh, what would they say?
Basically, the witness statement about the man, bear, pig.
Man, bear, pig, yeah.
Where, the bones found by the ginseng hunter.
Right.
Stuff like that. It's just little details. There's not a lot of information because there never was to begin with. But here's something even more bizarre that was released in this report. So a lot of tips were given to the Green Berets, and they just went, But here's one. They only took one. And it was a tip from a psychic who phoned it in to, like, the news station or some shit.
Yeah.
That's it. They really investigated her tip and didn't find anything. But I find that strange as fuck.
That they're taking psychics, I guess?
Yeah, that they would listen. Like, who is this bitch? Like, why would you care? It wasn't like she was a world-renowned psychic either. She was just some lady sitting at home that got a flash of inspiration.
Well, you don't lose nothing if you're just looking.
That's not my point. My point is, why then wouldn't they work with the other search and rescue teams?
Oh, yeah.
Why wouldn't they communicate with the search and rescue teams? Like, hey, guys, here's the area.
Cleo.
Yeah, here's the area that we searched. So you don't want to search there? They didn't even do that. And that's common practice among search and rescue, is you share the coordinates of where you search so you're not repeating the same searches.
They knew about man, bear, pig.
I think so. I think they knew there was something weird going on in that part of the woods.
Yeah.
And where this little boy disappeared, lots and lots of people have disappeared.
Ugh.
Yeah. There's something about this area. And people who've been there said it's very uncanny feeling. It's a weird vibe there. You feel like you're being watched.
Yeah.
And, no.
Somebody's watching me.
And I get no privacy, Merris.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I'm out on that. No, thank you. I don't want to go hiking. I don't think it's fun.
No.
It's
stay home and
dirty
eat
and
stuff.
sweaty. Just stay home and eat stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, we're going to be having snacks tonight.
Yeah.
Probably soft pretzels and nacho cheese.
Hell yeah.
You know the ones, y'all, from Walmart that you microwave and you pour the salt on them. Man, they are fucking delicious.
They should sponsor me. I would do it.
Sponsor me,
I'll
pretzels.
be your pretzel bitch.
I will be. I'll sell out. I'll suck your pretzel dick. Let's go.
Let's go.
Anyway, here's some more shilling because it's business time.
Business time.
Welcome to business time. I don't have a lot right now to say because I'm tired.
It's cold.
It's cold. I want to be cozy and like eating pretzels. But you should join our Patreon. Do you want to see photos of this case? Go to our Patreon and you can. And hey, you don't even have to be a member to look at our case photos because I didn't take those pictures, so it'd be weird to make you pay for them.
Yeah.
I spent 5 minutes collecting them. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
So you can go, if you want to see the case photos for this, pictures of Dennis, the maps, the area where he went missing, stuff like that, then I can even, I think I'm going to share some of the official reports too, if you want to read those. They're really interesting because that's the research I did for this episode. You can find all that kind of stuff there. All of our case photos will always be free to look at. We have a $1 tier and up. So, hey, even the $1 tiers get episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we ain't farting around. So check us out. Also, it's cold.
Yeah.
And you may be sitting there thinking, dang, I wish I had me a new hoodie or something.
Right.
Or a fuzzy blanket.
Yeah.
Or a mug to drink a warm drink out of.
Like tea for the cruel tea.
Indeed, or hot cocoa perhaps, if that's more your speed.
Yeah, that's not tea though.
On a snowy day. Well, you can go to the link in our link tree and go buy some merch. You definitely should. Get you a t-shirt, get you a hoodie that's really cozy and comfy, get you a fuzzy blanket for nights like tonight when it's below fucking freezing and it pisses me off.
Yeah.
Get you a mug. And let me tell you, I have a t-shirt and a mug, and we've had them for a couple years. The designs have not faded, even in the slightest. They're very nice.
We haven't broken it yet either.
I haven't, but I have dropped it.
Yeah.
And it didn't break. So, I mean, I'm not saying get one of our mugs and throw it or anything.
It's quality at reality.
Don't listen to them intrusive thoughts, friends. Don't throw the mug. You spent your money on that.
Right.
But anyway, go check out our merch. And one last thing, join our Discord. Baby, don't be scared.
Do it.
If you don't know how to do it, make a kid show you.
Make them.
My kids showed me. I still don't know what I'm doing on there.
We're still dumb.
You can talk to me, and I have taken to doing like once a week, like voice chat over some ridiculousness I have like found
Sometimes
on the
I'm
internet.
there.
Sometimes Merris is there too.
Sometimes, yeah.
Willow very rarely, but that's okay. Because we're there.
We're there.
Yeah.
Or be square.
Or be square. But yeah, come join our Discord. There you can suggest cases. We have so many like different chat rooms you can go into. Let me see what you had for dinner. Show me. Let me see your pets. I know it's not popular to show your food on Facebook anymore, but I want to see it. I want to see what you made for dinner because I'm nosy as fuck.
Yeah.
And maybe I want a recipe idea.
Maybe.
Unless what you made is gross, but I won't tell you because I'm not mean.
Bleh.
Maris might.
I will.
He's kind of a dick. No, he won't do that. Anyway, if all you can do to support this podcast is listen, hey, thank you. I appreciate you very much. That's nice. Oh, and if you're listening on YouTube, and you might be, I want you to go ahead and do this is annoying. I know nobody likes to hear it, and every YouTuber ever on earth, we roll our eyes, but if you could gently caress the like button and hit the notification bell and subscribe. Because if you do that, it pushes us up in the algorithm, and that way more people can find our podcast, and we'll keep doing it. Because if no one's listening, I'm not doing all this work.
Yeah.
That sounded like a threat.
It is.
It is. No, it's not. I'll keep doing it. It's fine. Maybe I won't. You don't know. Anyway, go do all those things. We love you. Yes, I'll make it weird, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Us on your social media platform of choice. Linktree/cruelty has all of the links. Check out our Patreon for exclusive episodes, merch, ad-free episodes, live ghost hunts, and much more. Please be sure to subscribe. New episodes are uploaded weekly. Thank you so much. See you next time. Music and production by Libby.